Hi, I am Dr. John Bergduff, Professor of Mathematics at the CyFair campus of Lone Star College. And I'm going to be your instructor this semester for Math 016 and Math 038. This is a co-requisite pair of two math classes, Prealgebra and Introductory Algebra. So if you have looked at your class schedule, you will notice that you are signed up potentially, it may show three separate classes. And you might be thinking, oh, I don't think I want to take three math classes. So I want to explain a little bit about how this works and what this all means. So I'm going to begin that by sharing my screen and going to D2L so you can see pretty much what you will see when you are in D2L. Give me half a second here. All right, so here you see D2L, and of course this will have a list of your classes, but particularly I want to notice that you could have two listings for Math 0308 here and here, and a listing of Math 0106, three listings. Math 0308, the two parts of Math 0308, really exist simply for reporting purposes to the state. One of them represents the quote lecture, and the other one represents the quote lab. Now, in an online setting, lecture and lab don't really mean anything. So what I have done is I've sent one of these inactive. You may not even see it when you go into D2L, but if you notice this Math 0308 class over here is set inactive, you can ignore that. You will never need that. Everything for Math 0308 is built in here. And then there's a separate tab for Math 0106. So you might say, well, phew, at least I'm not taking three classes, but I am taking two. What's the deal with that? So Prealgebra, which is Math 0106, and Introductory Algebra, which is Math 0308, are classes that are designed to give you some background to help you eventually be successful in a college level math class. Many people arrive at college with some holes in their background mathematically. It's completely normal if you've been away from college, from school, from high school, whatever, for a long time. Or if when you're in high school, you didn't take college prep courses, which is also fine, or for just a million other reasons, you might need some help before you can be successful in a college level class. And that's what these two classes do. We have linked them together so that you can finish both of them in one semester. The way I have set this up basically is that we will work in Math 0106 for the first few weeks of class, polish that off, and then move over to Math 0308 for the remainder of the class. So to get a little bit of a feel for how this works, I'm going to open one of these. I'm going to click on the tab for Math 0106 and let that open up. And you will see some things you've already seen because you've already been in my math lab, or excuse me, in D2L, or you wouldn't have gotten here so far. You'll see a little welcome page, and the welcome page directs you to look at the content as you already have, and to click on the module that says, please start here. This is what you have already seen, a brief overview of the class with links to the videos that you're going to be watching. We are now in the introductory video, and there are two more videos to come, actually a third one, which will be helpful as well. A few kind of ins and outs about the class. We use a text messaging system called Remind, which I primarily use mostly for emergency communication or urgent communication. You can enroll in that by clicking right here. If you do that in whichever class you're in right now, you don't have to do it in the other one. If you enroll in Math 0106, you're automatically enrolled in Math 0308 for the same text messaging system. So you only have to do it once. The videos, by the way, that you're looking at are the same for both classes, so you only have to look at them. Whichever course you opened up to get to this point, that's the only time you have to do that. But what is going to be different is the syllabus. There's a separate syllabus for Math 0106 and Math 0308. Now, this may not be the syllabus for the semester that you are currently enrolled in. This one is for fall 2024, but in the future, The idea will be very, very similar. Please read the syllabus for both classes in both D2L sites very carefully. The classes are set up very similarly, but there is a small difference in expectation. I'm going to let you read this on your own. It talks a great deal about setting up in my math lab. That same little speech I gave on why are you taking 3 classes is there. We're going to talk about my math lab in a little bit. I wanted to kind of cut to the chase to talk a little bit about grades. This will be similar in both classes. The grades in this class are based completely on homework and quizzes. In this class, in Math 0106, there's only going to be one quiz. It's a 1 credit hour class, so we're only going to be here a relatively short time. The homework will be worth 85% of the grade, and that one quiz will be worth 15%. You'll see when you look at the syllabus for Math 0308 that it has 3 quizzes. It's a 3 credit hour class. Each of those is worth 15%. So 45% for all of the quizzes altogether, and the homework is worth 55%. So 45% for the quizzes, 55% for the homework. A little bit about letter grades and other things, and most importantly, the schedule for the class. And you can see how this will work. Again, if this is a future semester, the schedule will look a little bit different, but you'll get the general idea that there are some topics that we consider part of Math 0106, pre-algebra. They will come first, and then we'll have a quiz on Math 0106 and be done with that. And then we'll start into Math 0308, and that's where we will spend the rest of the semester. So you can see all of that here, and you can see the dates and times for the quizzes. We'll be talking about the homework and the quizzes more in the next video. But I do want to mention that there will be 3 types of assignments. The homeworks and the quizzes will be some, and then in addition, we will have media assignments. This is what we call an asynchronous online class. What that means is that we will not have any scheduled times when everyone is going to be online at the same time. The media is basically a set of materials that essentially provide the lecture for the class. They will include the ebook, and they will also include some videos and other materials that will help you learn the material that you can then practice in your homework. When you look at the book in a few minutes, and if you've already looked at the book, perhaps in Academos, the online bookstore, you might notice that the title of the book is a little bit more than you might expect. The title of the book is Beginning and Intermediate Algebra and College Algebra. And you might be thinking, I'm not taking all of those this semester. The book that we use for this class will also serve as the book for college algebra if that is the class that you need to take next. We'll talk about this a bit more, but it is to your benefit. It may be to your benefit if you are going to take college algebra in the future to select the access to the ebook that will keep you live in my math lab in the ebook for a full 24 months. Then you're paying one time for all the math access that you need all the way up through college algebra. So in the next video, I want to show you a little bit of the nuts and bolts about how you do the media, how you do the homework, and how you do the quizzes. Let me simply say before I leave D2L that D2L for us in this class is primarily going to be a launching pad. The features that we will be using will be the grade book, so that's here at grades. In content, there will be basically this introductory material and a link over to my math lab. All the media and all the homework and the quizzes are all in my math lab, a learning management system owned by Pearson Publishing. We will jump over to that from D2L, and the grades will come back to D2L, where you can keep track of them all semester. So I hope this will be an exciting semester. There is a lot that we're going to cover. I think you will learn a great deal, and hopefully it will give you some very good background so that as you move on, you'll feel very, very successful in all your math classes. As we go along, please feel free to contact me anytime. The syllabus contains my email address and my phone number. You can also simply email me through D2L or contact me by Remind. Any of those ways, I am here to support you, and I hope you have a wonderful semester.